Apa.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Okie dokie. Everything should be in order, so... Hello everybody, it is Will the Wither Potion here, and we are back to Genshin, and... Today we are going to Snezhnaya. Yeah.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is... Ugh.
Yeah, oh, I have my new team. Hello, mama. Look, is you evil? Yeah, check this out.
Take a break.
Yeah. Anywho, let me just put this on focus mode so nothing's gonna get in the way. Nice. Good investment. And she is fucking nuts as a character too. Like, damage.
The day's finally come. We're off to meet the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya. What is she planning? And what does she need
Yeah, it
to
took
know?
a bit while to set up the stream
Soon,
because
we'll
my
have our answers.
model didn't want
This will be
to
the end of your journey that your brother
cooperate.
mentioned. What is he
It
expecting you to find there?
was like frozen. It didn't move. So apparently I had to start VTube Studio first and then start OBS.
Have fun before we arrive. Oh, but whenever Paimon gets thinking about how our destination is right around the corner, all these questions come flooding into Paimon's head. It makes her so nervous. Yeah. Anyway, enough about all that. We can't start the final leg of our journey with that kind of mindset.
Shut up,
Just
Paimon.
think, we've fought dragons and sea monsters, defeated creations of the gods, faced prophecies of doom and the threat of the abyss. Heck, we've even been to the moon.
Yes.
All that experience under our
And
belts.
we do have a,
How
like,
many more
literally moon as a sub-region. And the moon is also a Death Star.
Sure thing. Now, stick close to Paimon, the best.
What about me? Do I get a call out?
Hey.
Whoa! Columbina? You kind of snuck up on us there. about this time.
This.
Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding.
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited
Aw.
Sandrone too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She must be busy.
Well, I
She
guess
had
we'll see
some
her.
nasty things to say about you before leaving. Would you like to hear them?
She hasn't changed a bit. Alright, let's hear.
If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people like that would not be a good look for me right now. Also,
Fair
please
enough.
tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya.
Oh, we have terms.
Our time working together was not terrible, precisely, but we're on different sides. So when you get there, don't do anything to make life difficult for both of us.
Well, that definitely sounds on brand for her. The attitude, the reasoning. Alright, we'll do our best to keep our distance then.
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
Huh. You really have to read between the lines with Centrone.
She is fucking difficult.
Go on, get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. I told Lauma that you once treated me to a truly unforgettable meal. Today, I want to return the favor. It's my gift to you.
It's definitely nice to be treated, but hopefully by this point, you know that you don't owe us any favors.
The moon of Nodcry will always give you a warm welcome.
Isn't it the moon of everywhere now? The full sky is gone.
Wow! Pure white as far as the eye can see. It's so pretty.
Russia, here we come.
Up.
Yeah, I'll most likely just stream the Act 1, since this one got so late. I'll stream more, and plus I have some stuff in the morning.
Look! They look similar to the ones in Nodcry. You know, just
Look.
minus the amounts of Kawaki.
And it's with a K, not a C.
That's a sure sign that we're officially in Snezhnaya now. There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two.
I'm not opening that. I have a habit of collecting the chests while having the map open on browser, so I can see all the where the map chests are, because there's an ungodly amount, so I can collect all of them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but oh wow, we have actual bears.
Check it out! Those are bears, right? Aww, look how
Paimon, no,
cute!
no.
Quick, take a picture before the moment passes. Right here. If we get any closer, we might scare them away.
Suddenly an ungodly horror appears in the picture.
Let's see how your camera skills are these days. Oh, wait a sec. Paimon sees something.
Oh, and I just realized the chat is a bit... The coloring isn't there, right? trying to fix it. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. Let's try it on a different browser. Nope. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. I'm just gonna turn the chat off on the actual screen for now.
Come on, quick! It looks like a train carriage! Paimon's heard that Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains! This must be one of them! But why is it abandoned?
Maybe because it's off the rails.
It's still so cold. I don't know. Maybe. Also, is it just Paimon or is the snow getting heavier? Yeah. So it can't just be because of the cold. good. Paimon's just feeling a little low on energy. Yep, sure thing. Snezhnaya, here we come!
Yeah, can we get a new guide? My current guide is dying. And now we have the cold effect from
Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the
dragon
minute.
spine.
Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there. Phew. Let's get out of this storm.
Oh. Oh, she's faking. Oh, a cutscene. Paimon, fly away. Okay, I guess I'm flying away.
What is this place?
And I'm still fucking freezing.
Where's Paimon? I need to find her. Fast! Paimon? Paimon!
I'll take this. Snowball flower. Very creative.
That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon.
Oh, that's cool. We actually have like a cold breath effect. In Russia, the wind breathes you. In Mother Russia, the wind blows you.
Train carriage?
No, oh wait.
Inside.
No, wait, that's... Oh wait, that already... The wind already does that. I'll get that just later. Yeah, wind can blow you away. Mm-hmm.
It says here, Krasnik's torch, civilian model. Ah, it's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay.
Nah. Yeah, I'm just ignoring this just because I need to mark.
What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
That's some strange looking ice.
Incoming entity detected. Authorization granted. Initiating original. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable due to the influence of... Anyway, it must have been a very long time. I was born to fulfill a mission. To reach tomorrow. To this end, I must... Strange. What was it? Wait, my body? Huh? Why is my body like this? Apologies. After a long period of inactivity, It appears that a lot of data has been lost. Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But I am unable to load further details at this moment. Nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have detected a drop in your surface body temperature. You cannot remain active in this state for much longer. In accordance with my preset programming, upon reactivation, I must ask the one who awakened me the following question. Will you accept me, Transcender? I will assist you, protect you, and fulfill my mission until we reach tomorrow.
Would have been funny if we just didn't know, but... Tactical mode activated. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a quite the surprise. I wonder if we're gonna get...
that you called out a name earlier. Presumably that of your missing companion? The name was Paimon. After helping you get out of here, I will search for a match in the nearby area and pinpoint their location.
Also, there's gonna be a funny little surprise. I'm not sure if it's in the story or if it's a side thing, but there's gonna be a interesting surprise.
Merely the tip of the iceberg. Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my new user. May I ask your name? Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body, retrieve the power to unlock tomorrow, and help the suffering masses to reach the far shores where the empty Ark floats. I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have a vague sense of where it might be found. But right now, that is not essential. The key right now is you. You must survive and reunite with your companion. You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the Prime Ice blocking the path and obtain Prime Ice units. Prime Ice unit count has been updated. You may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a Prime Ice construct to prop up the door.
We have material.
Scanning local environment. Exit has been sealed off with ice. That would not be an efficient approach. One moment. Usable construct blueprint detected nearby. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you more...
How you can say what I can and can use. This is just this is fucking Minecraft.
Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice.
Yeah, but you'll see what it is.
My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed.
Oh. Neat. Ice, ice, baby.
Kresnik Crystal located. Please collect at your... The recent construct you built provides highly efficient heating by utilizing the unique properties of Kresnik Crystal. Unfortunately, prime ice constructs have a very short lifespan and cannot be stabilized during the development period. Hence, the authorization to use Kresnik Crystal was granted. That said, I have already forgotten what warmth feels like. Yes. Perhaps then, we can But for now, all you need to remember is this. If you collect Kresnik Crystal, I can extract the energy within and use it to maintain your body. Low power. Please use Kresnik Crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice in unison. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. According to my database, this location is a train station, meaning the number of life forms is unusually low. Real-time environmental data suggests that the train station may no longer be in use. But whatever the situation,
Paimon!
Oh, shit. That's a harbinger.
Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleep. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to battle her way through the blizzard. Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering, with a powerful monster having summoned a bitter snowstorm. You two must be very important to one another. You should take more care not to get sick.
Your eyes. Are you Conrian?
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who
Oh, another
survived the cataclysm.
Conrian. Nice.
But I doubt that is news to you. It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention on your travel We will meet again. Very soon.
People from the first civilization of Teyvat.
the unidentified
And
subject has
every
no right to be
Conrian now
identified.
is cursed with
He appears to be
immortality.
an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no relevant data. I will try searching the database again. Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The other person even left a blanket.
Traveler! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Paimon was so worried. She looked everywhere for you.
It's okay. Take it easy. Are you feeling alright?
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Snezhnaya. Paimon must have got a cold.
Now she's actually
She was
shaking.
so faint. She just couldn't keep going any longer. So she had to... Wait. Where did the jester go? Yep. The director of the Fatui. The Jester Piero. So, you met him?
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me just like that. We might well have ended up clashing. Well, he was right about one thing. Right now, the most important thing for me is to take care of Paimon while she's unwell.
He had no intention of explaining his motives, and he left in something of a hurry.
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a pair of goggles. How amazing!
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae. There are many ancient creations here that I'm sure would broaden your mind further still.
Oh,
Mind
so
you,
he's a
my database
fae.
is also expanding as we speak. You must be a rare creature yourself.
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself...
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy, perhaps I can suggest my preferred strategy. Please clean me regularly to keep me operating.
Oh, that makes sense. Every pair of... Anyway, back to the Jester for a second. When he first showed up, he already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon to know who. Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But beyond that, Paimon didn't know anything about it. It was only later, after he rescued Paimon from the snow, that he properly introduced himself. That's the only reason Paimon knows he was the Jester.
No, the Paimon is not that cute, to be honest. Again, I still think Paimon's annoying even with the new voice actor. She's less, but still, I'd much rather have our main character talk than Paimon. Paimon coming in, Paimon coming in.
Oh, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following the sound of Paimon's voice, with a really anxious expression on his face. He didn't act like someone who knew she would be here in advance. And after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. He didn't do anything to Paimon at all. In fact, he barely said anything. Wouldn't even answer any of... Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him. And he didn't seem to have any ulterior motives. For all we know, he might have just ignored Paimon's questions so she'd give up and go to sleep.
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and director are unfamiliar terms.
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui? Oh,
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect any ill will from the gentleman in question.
sorry. I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back after the weather clears up and you're all... The jester mentioned that this snowstorm being the work of a monster is worse than most. Even if we made it to Snezhnograd, we'd still have to wait out the storm before we could...
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look at. We were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of all the burning questions we have. If we turn back now...
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. But objectively speaking, there is another more pressing... At this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to turn back now, the road would be extremely treacherous, especially since we would need to travel on foot. If, however, we continue onward, there may... Do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train station. While
Oh yeah, we get to have our own train.
Disuse for unknown we can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a train. That is there is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place.
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great point.
Yeah, Goggles. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Goggles. Thank you, Paimon. You brought us something of value.
Oh, come on. Don't worry. Think of all the traveling we've done so far. When has Paimon ever gotten sick before? Practically never. 'Cause she's in...
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance during your future adventures, please call for the Eye of Grey whenever you wish. Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing any unnecessary distraction.
Oh, it was this. Where's the eyeball? There.
Please confirm when you are ready to depart.
Oh no, don't fucking... Okay. And here's our personal train.
Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message. Could not... Brace for impact, friends! Preparing to enter impromptu flight mode.
Oh. Hey, this is just Star Rail. Ew. Oh shit.
How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records, but even the railroads and the terrain itself have changed.
Yeah.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid I'm as confused by all this as you are. Agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad data. The discrepancies between the old data and present reality are... Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to...
Your data had better better be right this time.
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please look this way, and you will see a Kresnik's torch. It seems our ill-fated train ride was a blessing in disguise. We've taken the shortest possible route. Rest assured that I will take user preferences into account next time I plan a route. Next time, I will get it right.
Funny. Oh my goodness. Resonate with cryo. Cryo traveler obtained.
Cryostorm!
Excuse me? Is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Well, everyone's been a jerk. I'm gonna steal your glacial fruit.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business. I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland Snezhnaya these days.
Why is that?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuzha. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or not. Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Something that requires an enormous amount of energy. Even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya, it still wouldn't be enough to meet demand. So, the Vecha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce their energy consumption. The policy has thus been charmingly named Project Stuzha, meaning bitter cold.
Bitter cold?
Okay.
So, like, it's gonna be a cold winter, folks? You're all gonna have to find a way to get through.
Pretty much. When you're broke, you scrimp and save. When it's cold, you huddle together for warmth. There's always a way to stretch things out to make ends meet.
Or have you heard this wonderful thing called fire?
For too long. Who knows if they can ever bounce back? You know what? Come with me and see for yourself.
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as our purchase quota has gone down. You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures are calculated. But I assure you, they are as fair and
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again. There is no monopoly on the trade of Kresnik Crystal. You are free to purchase the shortfall from elsewhere on the market.
What market? Nobody else is selling. And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate. It's robbery is what it is.
Which is why the Snezhnaya Veche passed a resolution to support border communities. without which you wouldn't even be able to buy Crystal from us to begin with. So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line come forward. Everyone's feeling the cold here.
You! All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We're all subjects of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and I'm sure every one of us is dedicated. We all know how cold it is. And the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our Crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. Couldn't believe what I was reading. I even wrote a letter to confirm the true figures, but I'm afraid the quota really is as low as you've been advised. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas is a complicated balancing act. They have to factor in population, town size, industrial applications. Our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then can we sell the remaining Crystal for household use, and in doing so, we must make sure that everyone is treated fairly. As our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods.
Yeah, fire is
they need to
free.
keep accurate records, and they do not have any authority.
That's right. Our duty is to do things by the book.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to register, and I will allocate times. I can't guarantee there'll be ample energy for household use. We can at least make sure you'll be able to boil water and cook food each day. Let's hang in there and make this work.
Fine. I don't see any alternative.
So,
Honestly, the Fatui is being reasonable. They're just following orders and not being a dick about it.
wonder nothing's open for business.
You were looking for an inn, right? For your, Fae?
Oh, Paimon's not a Fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or something. We only just got to Snezhnaya, and we're still getting used.
I have a small place in Stratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty big. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a...
Are you sure?
Did they have a fire? They had a fucking fire.
All right, then. This way. Hello, I'm Alosha. I'm a hunter. Though, if you've talked to any highwaymen, you might have heard a different side to my story. But anyway, let's keep that between us for now.
Oh, they certainly have done some morally grey stuff to my remembrance, but I'm not sure if they've done some like they're not the most pleasant people, but I don't think they have done anything to my like as a whole have done anything too bad. I don't know. Yeah, I might... they're not... certainly not good. Well, not they're bad either, they're just... no, I'm not getting... Look at the doggo. I honestly might slap him in on the current team, but not now, because I have a good enough functioning team.
Pick up the pace. Oh, so cozy.
Also, the Fatui does have a lot of bad people, but I don't think Fatui as a whole is a evil organization.
Good to meet you. I'm Alosha. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. But as long as you keep yourself warm, you should be fine. Still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss a cold, it can easily end up turning into something more serious.
Don't say that. Paimon's too young for chronic health issues.
They aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime soon. The train
the
station has
Fatui
been closed ever since these power
for
shortages
example, we
began.
did have...
I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the elements. But even the animals wouldn't survive long in a storm
I don't
like
know.
this.
I like a lot of the
Nothing to do but
Fatui.
sit tight in town until the weather improves.
Though there is the doctor who kind of deviated from the Fatui to do some evil stuff for his own ends. So, and even the Tsaritsa, like, that is, this is not one of ours anymore. And as for, who was it? Rosalind was her name, but what was the title? Yeah, the one who kicked Ventia. That was not the best person, but... Well, yeah, no, actually not. They were not a good person.
I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that doesn't mean there'd be any trains. We could end up stuck here for a long time. On a... What? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train? The one that suddenly fell out of the sky and crash-landed on the ice?
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our luck...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train's good to roll, you might get to Snezhnagrad after all. I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Stratomaros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait.
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer Shishkin. Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really? Paimon never would have guessed.
Huh? You're coming with?
Oh. Okay then. Just... alright.
Yeah, and stealth mission, Paimon, you're not coming with us on a stealth mission.
Paimon will...
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Look, it's the husky.
Oh, a doggy.
Look at the little husky.
Oh, angry doggy. Oh, Tagarin.
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. He's my hunting partner, so he'll be joining us when we head out. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't risk spooking our rabbit, but there's no telling which burrow he'll... First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real freight data. Shishkin's figures can't be trusted.
Yeah, I kind of figured,
but to catch a scent and find out which way the crystal went. What are you eating?
Oh, check it out. When you're all out of carrots, try dirt. Good doggy. Good.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep. And rabbit lover.
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. We got a lot of work to...
Yeah, just give food and friendship achieved.
Wait.
Yeah. Good boy.
Nice work, Tugarin. Come on, we'll go around.
I feel like the way he whistles is kinda obvious. Like, couldn't they make it sound like a bird? No, we're not trying to steal from the Fatui right now. We're investigating possible smuggling of the warmth energy, the crystals that give us warmth.
This way. We'll enter from the upper floor.
Damn, son.
There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So Shishkin won't have had the chance to doctor the figures. Looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading these unless they have ulterior motives. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here. Then go track down the Crystal. Tugarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty.
I don't think they had to put this in, but I'm so glad they did. I smell beneath. Why is evil choking you?
Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Crystal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Crystal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up.
Wait, you guys have a dog or this dog? Oh wait, what? Okay, now actually it's evil, so it makes sense when she's happy. She gets a bit rough.
Sure enough, there's a tunnel. You stay here and keep watch. I'm gonna take a look inside.
Thanks for looking out for us.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Sure is Her Majesty the Tsaritsa watching over us every sacrifice. Let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes. These days...
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin. But for you, the hard times have only just begun.
Huh? Who are you?
I just
Public
had a question
execution.
for you. Why, when times are as tough as this, would someone hoard more Kresnik Crystal than they could ever use? All the crates here are from the most recent shipment, but they weren't brought here for sale. Instead, would you be able to shed any light on the situation?
Me? Why, I have no idea. But look at how much there is. It's quite...
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip from Mr. Alosha. And this is only a fraction of what we found down there. We're still taking a full inventory. The official figures will be finalized short. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sretomaros. But now, Mr. Shishkin, it appears you were the source of the conflict all along.
How? We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey.
You fucked.
I owe you. This isn't who I am. Please believe me, this was a one-time mistake. We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuzha came into force.
But you ain't get out of
Energy is an increasingly
this.
scarce resource. People everywhere are getting desperate. But some places have been hit harder than others. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Crystal have ceased there entirely. If nothing is done, you know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy Crystal these days. The thought of my poor mother and father.
Bullshit.
I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at risk. Then one day, I looked at the Crystal shipment in front of me, and a terrible... Looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I'm so sorry. I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. Anyone who has already purchased energy, please make your way over here to correct your transaction. I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge. As for Alatir...
You don't have to go that...
Yeah. Owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the community in the past. I'm not looking for a handout.
Drop the act. You claim this was a one-time mistake. But the real reason there's only one shipment's worth of stolen crystal in your basement is that you haven't...
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of crystal, half of which were still in their original...
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Sretomaros for a long... The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every time there's an energy delivery. And every time a train pulls in, you're there on site to take inventory and oversee the workers unloading the... The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the crystal by tunnel at night to the mayor's house, and he sells it out of town. But since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation.
Wait. The mayor...
Preposterous. What proof do you have of it?
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting carriages as the snowstorm rages.
Counting carriages? What?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that every carriage is packed full. So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch...
Well, they're not
the
gonna
sales
let the
figures
guy
you
go.
provided, then compare that figure to the train's theoretical cargo capacity, guess what? The numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record. 3 carriages.
You mean to tell me that you sat around outside, counting
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options. Hunt or starve.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor into custody and escort them back to Snezhnaya.
Yep, they're getting arrested.
You cocky little brat! Ruining my business! Just you wait.
Yeah, something felt off, so I just followed my gut. Math isn't my strong suit, though. I'm lucky my dad made me learn enough to get by, but all this number crunching was a million times harder than the aim and fire work I'm used to.
Thank you for your assistance. You're a brave lad. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell.
The Fatui, like most of us. To be fair, most of Fatui what I've encountered are decent people.
Clothing. He had everyone fooled.
Even with that sob story he fed us. He was probably trying to keep
Yeah, that is fair. They are not saying sorry to the Fatui.
Without the compelling case you put together, even I might have fallen for it. Alosha, was it? Tell me.
We can go find some wild animals if you want. I'll fire off a couple of shots.
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just... well, I'm sure you've heard of the Rokot. Recently, they've been recruiting people with your kind of talent. They hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Snezhnaya. Sometimes directly opposing the Tsaritsa herself. They aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk. But still, as a member of the Fatui, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't keep tabs on them.
First I've heard of this. I don't really keep up with what goes on, and all I know is people who don't mind their own business in the city end up paranoid about everything. As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir myself, and I can tell you, nobody's lived there in years. Why would an abandoned village need Crystal? Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place. I'm guessing today is the first you've...
I see. It does sound quite tragic. Really. Well, thanks again for your assistance, and your friend here too. I will report this incident to Snezhnaya. The Fatui will take over energy distribution until new officials are appointed. We'll also ensure that the train station resumes normal service as soon as possible. Looks like it's my turn to brush up on math now. I never liked it as a kid either.
Don't mention it. Isn't the soldier overseeing the delivery supposed to verify the quantity of the goods? Was he just careless? Or was he being paid off too? Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal. I need to take a detour before we head back.
Wait, is everyone just an hour crook? Is everyone crook now?
Go. Come on, keep up.
Just evil flying through the air.
Hang tight for a moment. This old lady, she doesn't really know who's who anymore.
Oh, grandson.
Ma'am, it's me.
Alosha? Alosha who?
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove, gave you some warmer bedding, and washed your back.
I'm sorry. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson? Come on, take us.
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your old granny once in a while, isn't it? Sretomaros, a good town. All sorts of things to do and people to meet. And the local officials are good to us. Sit down, come on, take a seat. I still have some fruit left. Let me get it for you.
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest. Where's the fruit?
Right under the basket by the door. Well, grandson dear,
I think he's pretending to eat.
Very much, ma'am.
Good, good.
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right? Fresh fruit is hard to come by at the moment. You should eat it.
Oh,
yeah,
I
he
don't
definitely.
need it. I'm
Lee
fine.
effect
But if you like
eating,
it,
so she
come
can
back
eat
for
more.
some more soon.
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. There's a gang of highwaymen that came from there. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. So after we got talking,
Yeah,
and
my
realized we were from the same
think both
place,
of my
we
grandpas
decided to
had
keep in touch
memory
by letter.
issues
I first learned of
and passed
Sretomoros's
away.
energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her letters. Then, after her health went downhill,
Both my grandmas are still
I started
fine.
visiting more often to check in on her. The town's been in decline for a while now, but because of her memory problems, she thinks of it as the bustling, prosperous Sretomoros, still in its heyday. That said, I kind of appreciate her optimism. There's not much of it going around in this world of ice and snow. It's fine. Everyone grows old. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moments, you'll sense a familiar presence
Oh, wow,
by
it's
your
raining
side.
outside.
You turn to look at them.
I hope it
but
doesn't
their
rain
face is
tomorrow
blurry.
when I have to head
Suddenly
out.
focus hard, trying to make out who it is.
To be fair,
When
I
you
don't
finally see
remember
their
what the
face,
meeting was
the
about,
Grim
but
Reaper
I
reaches out
remember
and takes your
agreeing to
life.
it.
She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a blurry face in her world just yet. Come on, let's get back and see how Paimon's doing.
Paimon's gonna be a fucking popsicle, isn't she?
Take a break. How tiresome. Pick up the pace.
And if I'm not mistaken, she is currently the fastest mobility character.
Paimon, we're back. Are you feeling any better?
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still a little dizzy. Flying probably isn't a good idea right now. But Paimon's sure she'll be fine.
Her complexion's looking much better. Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything go on your end?
I'll explain. It's...
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy. Sounds like the liaison officer and the mayor were running quite an operation. Huh. Good riddance to both of them. It's a good thing you managed to catch. So, you said the train station will open again soon, right?
Yeah. Well, enough to survive at least. Project Stuzha isn't going away anytime soon. People will still have to scrimp and save to make ends meet. Don't know. The goal of Project Stuzha is to gather energy for the Tsaritsa, but no one knows where that energy's going. It's never been made public. The thing is, we were told that the project would only last for 6 months, but time and time again, they keep extending it.
Extending it? Does that mean the Tsaritsa's plan isn't going very...
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass by majority vote in the Snezhnaya Veche. But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving into political pressure from the rooster, Pulcinella. He's the chair of the Snezhnaya Veche and a key figure in the voting process.
Yeah, the guy
He has the
is
backing of many powerful and influential people.
looks like Gru with a mustache. From Despicable Me.
You're picking on ordinary people, even here in Snezhnaya.
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think and act in the Tsaritsa's interests, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason
Yeah, the
Sretomoro still
rooster looks
receives
like
Crystal
Gru with a
shipments is
mustache.
because of a relief proposal put forward by the rooster himself. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland Bank provided some mora for disaster relief, and they're as conservative and indifferent as they come. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a completely different world from us. There's always gonna be some conflict when those worlds collide. Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, there are still many differences of opinion on how best to tackle the big issues of the day. Regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnagrad, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all sorts of complicated reasons. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent their frustrations. Of course, an organization like that exists in a gray area. The moment the Veche think they've crossed a line, there's sure to be a crackdown. But so far, they've been doing their best to help the common folk.
Fire
like
ice
us,
free.
don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join in. You're not new to this. I can
That's because we're adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnagrad? Aside from taking your...
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what her ultimate goal, what the Gnosis mean in all of this. Since I've made it this far in my journey, I have to find the truth, whatever it takes.
Wait, so... No what?
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous by the day.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and why it has to involve us freezing to death in the snow. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times, and right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnagrad. Word is, she's heading east on a campaign to slay a monster. Yeah, so you've heard of it. A wild, unpredictable monster with the power to summon snowstorms. It also absorbs everything around it into its body, so it's growing constantly. Now, it's so big that the Tsaritsa has deemed it the #1 threat. Luckily, as it grew, it became increasingly less mobile, so it doesn't pose an immediate threat to this town. I'm sure the Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble defeating the creature between them. It's just a question of how long it'll take. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her anytime soon. You'll have to wait until she gets back. Fair. Well, the Fatui will be taking over management of the train station for the time being. Things should be up and running by tomorrow. Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a lot of...
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we help them out. Should be easy enough to negotiate. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnagrad in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. Got some game to trade for Mora. I know a good doctor in the city. I'll introduce you when we get there.
Oh, thanks so much. Let's get a good night's...
I'm getting that
Pick
teleport
up the
one.
pace.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation again. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Is it a new model? Not a fan of small talk, are you? Anyway, take this. It's an up-to-date map of the Snezhnaya. All the track switching is on.
Hey.
So, as long as the train's
Now
moving,
Goggles
you
can
don't need to worry about
finally know
collisions
the
or
train
anything.
ways.
We'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves. Fingers crossed nothing's broken. I doubt Sir Tomoros has any engineers with experience working on this model.
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Have a safe journey. And make sure to check everything's working
Hey,
before
they
you
even
set
say
off.
have a life journey. Hey. My train.
Yeah.
I really hope we get to decorate this train. It's very plain.
Alright. Looks like our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and then head out. Goggles, your time to shine.
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostics.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, minor damage. but
Minor
no
da-
impact on function. Diagnostics complete.
Neat. Huh. Paimon still can't get over the fact that you just found this tech lying around in a random cave.
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive, talking train autopilot.
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to drive trains. Though I doubt you have any interest in navigating the practically unreadable operator's manual yourself. All configurations are complete. Should you require any further assistance, please...
Away we go! Ooh, nope. Paimon's gonna find a warmer seat.
Yep, hey, we moving.
Huh? What's going on?
Oh. What the fuck?
Oh no.
What the shit?
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne, but it feels like swimming through thick, gloopy water. It's horrible.
Just our luck. Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right?
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. Even time itself doesn't exist here.
The fucking
It's a world where
Shadow
everything
Realm.
seems to come to a standstill. I've only seen it a few times before, and this is my first time inside. It's a dangerous place. Most people who get sucked into the Shadow Realm are never seen again, and the few who do make it back, they're never quite the same.
Huh? Then, oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great.
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I heard a story once about the world of shadows. If it's true, there's a way to escape. We just need to find the exit. Come on, let's explore.
Team 4 kids.
Look at these Fatui. It's like they've lost their minds.
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living.
Ready to draw blood.
I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Oh shit.
Wait, what's that blue thing? Is that
Guess we'd better find a way over.
Nope.
Let's hammer this out.
This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Is that fucking Celestia? Oh, can't be. There's a lot of trains here. Why are there so many trains?
Hello. I am glad to see the three.
For now, at least. But things aren't looking too good.
Correct. We are now inside what is known as the Shadow Realm, the darkest space in the shell, where even the Most High is loath to cast its gaze. Time and space hold no meaning.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
It intersects with the world of the Light Realm only rarely, like an air bubble that rises to the water's surface. We must leave this place before it sinks back down into the...
Sounds like you have a plan.
Yes. In fact, the very purpose of my creation was likely to... From the Shadow Realm. It appears that key data is currently inaccessible. But now I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to aid you as you traverse the Shadow Realm, traveler. It may
Oh,
well
I
be
think
one
you
of
get
my
to see
core
that
functions.
surprise now.
Scan complete. Construction in progress. Activation code. We once peered into the past from the ruins of the shadows. This is what remains of the Golden City, Hyperborea.
That's a long-ass activation code. Yeah, mom, check this. It's Genshin tactical mode. Looking fucking snazzy.
Whoa!
Now go. Arm yourselves with weapons of the spirit. Bring down
Weapons
the
of the
walls
spirit,
of the
more like the weapons of freedom.
Extinguish the flaming arrows of the wicked.
Is this a gun?
In the Shadow Realm, where humans cannot channel the elements, there once was one who, after much research and many attempts, let's go. We don't have much time. When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them.
No shit, Sherlock.
You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the explosives nearby. Shoot the explosives to Since elemental energy is
Oh, it's a full off.
Ammunition is an important resource. You can replenish your ammunition at various supply points. For long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot.
America. Fuck.
Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new strategy. Take cover and pick them off one.
Yeah, Genshin's now a shooter game.
Press the advantage.
more enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
Assault?
Defenses is out! Charge!
Change of tactics! Charge!
Where's the...
Gotta recharge. State number 2.
It's high noon.
Charge! Nice.
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
MA2?
Time to catch my breath.
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on.
Fall back!
Charge! Back in business.
You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances.
Huh. Mass Effect. Ah, okay. This feels like fucking Arknight's Enfield. Though I still playing that because it felt like a chore.
I recommend using this grappling gun. Such devices were originally used to secure structures in the Shadow Realm. If you detach the connected hook, the grappling gun will automatically fire a rope to another nearby hook.
Okay. So...
Reload! Gotta recharge.
Eh? Oh.
Nice. Gotta recharge.
Hmm.
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Surprise from behind. Oh.
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Frag.
Try this.
The advantage is our reach.
What the fuck?
Fall back. Where's the...
Spray and bray.
Gotta recharge. Back in business.
Yeah.
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
State number 2. Mind the rhythm. Nice. Gotta recharge.
Oh, grenade launch. Hell yeah.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Back in business.
Oh, that's a mech. Yeah, was that supposed to be hard? Yep, that definitely is. Bubble.
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is right...
You mean this weird bubble thing?
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad tracks. It's almost unheard of. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to you and that awesome gun.
Ah, so you have heard of the Golden City before?
Yeah, it came up a whole bunch in Nokrai. You're a pretty neat surprise in that sense, aren't you, Goggles?
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first-time firearm user, your performance was quite outstanding. Far beyond my expectations. As Alosha said, it is highly unusual for the Shadow Realm to manifest in a place like this. But we should still watch out for...
Oh, let's hope not. If anything else goes wrong with this trip, Paimon's gonna have train trauma for life.
The Shadow Realm can appear anywhere, not just on the railroad. I am simply advising that we take now. If you wish to further calibrate and upgrade your firearm, you may do so over there. Please take a moment to catch your breath while I repair the body of the train.
Oh, thanks, Goggles. You're a trusty train conductor.
Yes, of course. And just like the Eye of Grey, I am sure it will be a great asset to you in your future adventures. If not the trustiest, then it will at least...
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grey fixes the train.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Paimon doesn't sound sick anymore.
It's so creepy in there. It's so quiet here for a train station. Not a person in... Huh? So much for repair? You've swapped our train out for a whole new model!
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now
Fuck
the
yeah, we have a
progress
good-looking
is complete.
train.
The train offers optimized performance and a significantly improved trendiness level.
Didn't know trendiness was a parameter.
According to my calculations, parameterization is the most effective way for the Eye of Grey to understand trendiness.
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard of that in a story somewhere. What an incredible little gadget you...
It sounds like he wants to steal. Oh shit, we can make... Oh, we can make our own grappling things. Oh, a meeting point. Lovely. Yee, we have a lovely little train. Oh! Music. Oh, nice. Hmm. Ah! Well, it's Paimon. Oh, that's nice. We have a little crafting station. We have a shooting range. Okay. Oh, I didn't get any rewards from there. How do we leave? You'd think we can just go through the portal, but apparently not. Hmm. Hey, how the fuck did I end up here? I don't need that. I've been doing good. Oh, we're going.
They really had to build the railroad over a canyon, huh?
You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead. Here we are. Welcome to Snezhnagrad train station, the biggest transport hub in the nation.
Wow! It's so majestic!
It's built for maximum efficiency. But yes, transferring trains here can be a little tiring. In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. For now, though, come with me. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoliarny.
How tiresome.
Come. Harbinger coming through.
Really funny-looking heads. And those ones are about the same height as Paimon. But it looks like they can't fly.
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder. We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
Oh yeah, these are left behind by other players. Is it by friends or just... No.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Oh, that's... Okay, I guess that works.
All geared up.
Time for more.
To the left is the market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible!
And there's the statue. Natsantaan mennessä at all. Jesus, we have a lot of area to cover. I swear to God if we're gonna get stopped again at the gate. This looks like Yarilla 6 from Honkai Star Rail.
Stunning! Seeing it with our own eyes makes all the trouble we went through to get here worth it.
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful means stunningly expensive. The prices here are crazy. I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get settled in while I fetch the doc.
Is that gonna be stunningly
Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but I highly doubt they'd meet your stand. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night, four-legged roommates come out to play, sharpening their claws on the roof beams and floor.
Yep, no way. Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Maybe we can split the cost of the room between us? Fine then. It's your treat. Paimon will save her money for buying a nice little... don't worry.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few places around. This way leads to Zapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's audience chamber and also her personal quarters. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov, the headquarters of the Fatui. Inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace, producing a constant supply of all kinds of equipment for the Fatui. A lot of important research. And over there is the Snezhnaya Vecha, where all the big shots meet regularly to make policy decisions. These places are best admired from a distance.
Yeah, they probably have super strict security.
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. That's where you'll find the restaurants, bookstores, and gift shops. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank, which is over this way. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right?
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy quite a lot.
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnaya, I'm afraid. Apparently there's some historical reason for it.
We'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda inconvenient. Wait, how come there's one on the train if that's the...
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise. Still, I wouldn't say the absence of alchemy makes life... Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny in that direction. It's mostly residential buildings and factories, but there's a few shops too. Worth a look around if you're interested. That's about it. You guys go ahead and get checked in while I track down my doctor friend.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the recommendations. It'll be good to get out of the cold wind. Paimon's starting to feel another headache coming on.
Podvorier restaurant is right this way.
Oh, lovely. We can do commissions from the train.
Welcome to the event.
Thank you for
Really cool looking now. Nah.
Take a break?
I'm gonna go get that teleport. That is also placing. First, let's continue the story. Oh, it's just a heater. Hello.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. Oh, thanks for taking such good care of Paimon. Honestly, she feels kind of bad for throwing a wrench in the works. If this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. You're right. A lot happened on our way into the city. What's obviously the million more question is, what is this Aritza planning? Everything else leads back to that. Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also requires a ton of energy. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went east of it. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Snezhnaya in a snowstorm this awful. To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. The kind of information that only the higher-ups in the government would know. Not work. Paimon can think of a few people who might be able to help us. But, right. And when we left Nagcry, Sandrone specifically left a message reminding us which side we're... So... it's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about the Tsaritsa's grand plan. Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Glupov place is right nearby. We've got nothing to lose, so there's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? Maybe Arlecchino, but it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino. Let alone Sandrone. She basically told us to stay in her lane already. Yeah.
Yeah, Tartaglia is
Fontaine, right?
Charles is the most.
Too bad we missed him in Nagcry.
Hello. Is there a traveler in Paimon in there?
That's Alosha.
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of fae as the ones we saw.
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more resilient, but don't worry. I do have some experience treating fae. I've even diagnosed plenty of cats and dogs in my time. Safe to say, I have a fairly eclectic...
It'll be fine. Paimon's big, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? More like you don't eat enough. The more talking you do, the more you need to eat.
Now... Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all within normal ranges. I don't think it's anything serious. I can give you some medicine to tide you over. But as long as you rest properly for the next couple of days, you should feel better. Make sure to keep an eye on your temperature if you find yourself with a persistent low-grade fever, or if your symptoms don't improve, just...
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job. I'll leave you in peace now.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple days. No sightseeing for the time being.
Alright then. Guess we've got no choice.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from the doctor or me, go to the Hunter Trade Station in Zolny. The boss there knows how to reach me. Hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the Shadow Realm. This is the least I could do. See you around.
All right. Time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Yeah, but first, I need to get them food recipes. Damn. Not many. Yeah, definitely getting some sausages. Oh, those look good. Any new ingredients? Am I low on any ingredient? Yep, we're getting cheese. We're getting jam. Some crab roll. Sugar. Butter. Yeah, we have ingredients. Back in my day. That's like a fucking telly. Well, if we're going that, I might as well. So go. Take a little detour over.
Come on, keep up.
Oh, that is definitely new. Oh, wow. Ice cream. Alcohol free. No more recipes, but it's fine.
How tiresome.
So can we just go to the Northland Bank? Oh, this was the political place. Police. Oh, Snowland Fair. I don't know exactly, but it's gonna win Snow Fair.
Come on, keep up.
Try nice nearby.
Take a break.
Glubov. Nearby. Just nearby and these people.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Honestly, it's such a waste of... Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is unavailable... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at present. If I were you, I'd cut your losses. No point waiting any longer, even if you two are old friends as you claim. Please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. They tend not to stay in Glupov. Next time, stick to the rules. Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's her first time in Snezhnaya, so I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings,
No, Lady Marionette. No... That was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Yeah, good for you.
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, where's Pine? Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? I can get you one if you need. All right then. Well, let me know if you run into any other problems. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia's had shown up outside. And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. So I had no choice but to abandon my freshly brewed piping hot tea and come to see this mystery guest for myself. Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some courtesy. I couldn't exactly let you freeze to death. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, on the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class. Unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and cakes, so we can catch up there. Your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today.
Yeah, fair enough. Can I still just go in? Oh, I can just... Can I just... I can't go in. That would have been hilarious, though. I should take my meds.
So tiresome. Pick up the pace.
Nutcracker.
Take a break.
Pretty picture. Wait, that's not tea and cake, that's fucking...
I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya Vetcha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next meeting. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuzha. It's basically all anyone cares about in the Vetcha these days. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the Jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of respect for his young comrade. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures, with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulcinella, and Regrator, Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No one would be able... So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. And all things considered, Tartaglia was... Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, but seeking Pulcinella's support at the same time. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the lurid detail. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vetcha. All the factional strife.
Oh, you can just go in there.
It plays
So it's
out
like
for all
the
to see in that one little room. Having a voice in the Vetcha is the only way to steer
operas
policies
from
in your favor.
operas and
So, every person in that room
trials
represents
at the
a particular interest group.
Fontaine.
Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting, but since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vetcha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved. And the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity. It must be nearly impossible to come up with a perfect solution.
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? Huh? Jealous? As if. Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my mess. I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? You... fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. I guess it must... Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break?
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it...
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute...
The equipment in Svietlo-Laidovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the cause is a buildup of snow. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped in a nearby... Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and...
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll need. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her know that you had to step out for a while. And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and experience, you'd be reliable help. Then let's go. You, take 2 people to Podvorier restaurant. Find her room and watch it like a... If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be answering.
Yes, Lady Marionette.
Right, the train is already there.
Yeah.
I like the music.
Huh? They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that direction. Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. Meet me back here as soon as you're done.
Potato.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need... Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnagrad. Well, I'm Odette.
Good to meet you.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and so is
Her
its
head looks
location.
like squished.
Let's go. Every second counts.
She's pretty, but I'm not gonna pull. I want Tsaritsa.
Careful. Something's moving.
Oh, it does actually cast a shadow.
This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent.
Hmm.
Shadow move. Pirouette.
Stay back!
Just fucking slimes.
Together. Harada.
Ah, just a lamp.
I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move. Pirouette. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Lightning flash! Thunderclap!
It's a fucking hell bear.
Together. Harada.
Oh, thank you for saving us. We'd have been monster fodder otherwise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now. Follow this route out. She and I will stay behind to watch the rear.
Thank you.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made a tactical retreat. Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back anytime. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. People are just food in its eyes. It's lucky we got here when we did. The trapped miners have been successfully evacuated. Time for us to...
Wait, this place... There's...
Blimey.
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run!
Yeah, the Traveler now has an official new sword.
out of here.
Oh. Traveler. Snazzy.
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also placed a sign at the entrance to the cave, warning, you really held your own today. Don't think I've seen you before. All right then. See you around. Hello.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. I knew I could count on you. What brings you here, Odette?
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnograd. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself. Used to be one of her most
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up.
Yeah, might
no
not
point
wanna
making
bring
things
that
awkward.
up. Because of you, got fucking
How's progress on your end,
Virgil
Lady
to death.
Marionette?
equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. But the outcome is the same, of course. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3 months straight, this equipment won't give way. All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnograd will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself this time. Since it involves a mechanical first, Pantalone needs to approve the budget, then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan. Once they've argued it out and reached a compromise, we can move forward. That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on how smoothly it goes. Yup, nothing we can do about it. There's a whole stack of incident reports like that.
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change with that monster still. Fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. There's no immediate it just feels like there should be a better way.
Hey, quit daydreaming. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords.
Yeah, we find a lot of things in caves, apparently. A train, a sword. It's the man himself.
Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real big shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Nicest surprise I've had, and good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo-Lajdovka. How'd it go?
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuzha, and the usual rebuttals are starting to ring hollow. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so...
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah. Obviously, if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent.
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is...
Huh? Of course.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to projects. But what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even people like you two refuse to stand up for the ordinary...
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade.
Excuse her? What does she mean? Refuse to stand up for ordinary people?
Oh my gosh. How does she dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where if I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vecha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces. So I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just regular folks from small towns, far from... I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya, but she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, Project Stuzha seems to be creating all sorts of issues for everyone. But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuzha outright, but and even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. We're trying everything we can think of, and so is Pulcinella. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal guy who cares deeply about my homeland. There's no way I would ever—
As contentious as things can get within the Vecha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. Everyone wants to get through this period as smoothly as possible. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. Most of the time, we're trying to decide on the lesser of two evils, which obviously isn't it. But that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here. We're all well aware of the way things are. We're just doing our best to make it work.
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Sviatlo and even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the thrill of the—
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, I know how untenable the Tsaritsa's position looks if you don't understand her motive. Maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with the— As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong ambitions, she's still putting time and energy into taking down this powerful monster. To me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, why would she waste her time on something like this? Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just trying to placate you. I've already done more than enough diplomacy for one—
I still think this adventurer raises a very important— Our two Harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vecha who must feel trapped and forced to vote against their conscience. I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the need to explain ourselves so much if we didn't know you so well.
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your background? How is it that you can converse so openly with two Harbingers?
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned her name so far, and no details of her experience.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... this is the world-renowned traveler who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt. There was a duel before the throne, in which the
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. It's fine.
It's not
Sorry,
fun.
I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me.
She's not fun. She's gonna murder us.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually get along. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but... death has a way of resolving a lot of conflict.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work. Oh, by the way, where's Putt?
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier restaurant.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold back then. Used to get ill all... I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit her, she'd greet them with a smile and would never complain. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over for yours. I'll send my most capable and reliable.
Well, that would be great.
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent movements are confidential. Even if you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. Things I want to do, and things to start with. I should go ask Alosha if he knows of any way to help Sviatlala Dovka.
Oh.
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven.
Hey, that's a Primo gem.
Does this sword have some connection to the statue? That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try... It worked! There really is something special about this sword. I don't really understand what just happened, but I'm pretty sure this sword just got a little more powerful. I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another statue of the Seven. In the meantime, I better go find Alosha.
Yeah. Oh, that is a cool background, pun intended.
This world...
Oh, now this is curious.
I will...
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second. I'll go fetch them for you.
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. Although Snezhnaya doesn't deliberately delay or withhold relief, those first few days of waiting for help are always the hardest. It's a fundamental contradiction. If emergency relief can't be delivered in time, what's the point in even calling it emergency relief? Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresnik Crystal from Stratomoros will start flowing into the market. When we resolve Stratomoros' energy issue, it's like we open the floodgates. A huge backlog of crystal is now available to the townspeople. There's no way a lot of them will probably stockpile it and slowly work their way through. Probably a good idea, since energy prices are only going to keep rising. But there will always be people who urgently need Mora. Exactly. At the current prices, selling crystal is an easy way for an ordinary person to make... Hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
1 second, let me check. So, you're...
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little extra and buy as much as I can afford. No, it's fine. You're new to Snezhnaya, and you have your own living expenses to worry about. Besides...
Here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market. But I
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take a... Let's see... Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello.
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where Odette is one of the big stars. So, when the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking...
Yes, and we sometimes need...
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? So, what brings you here, Miss Odette?
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation in Sviatlo, so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know what Project Stuzha is. Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point, if things aren't making...
So many people feel the same way. They wish they could do something, but all kinds of reservations hold them back. Explains why groups like the Roadcott are springing up.
Yes. Well, that's one option. But there are risks to consider with organizations like that. The
Right. Because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable when they do.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what Project Still, it's probably a little soon to ask her about that.
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. Where there's a will, there... I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings. So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some Crystal. I heard...
Funny. I had the same idea. And the real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely it makes more sense for the state to cover these costs than for us to pay out of our own pocket.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation in the description. Otherwise, the normal reimbursement limit will apply. Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik Crystal during Project Stuzha, extra carriages can be added 1 hour before departure. That should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination by Fatui guards.
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette. It seems you're as skilled an officer as you are a...
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing both my whole life.
Choo-choo.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? Any idea how Paimon's doing?
What's wrong? Who's...
Her travel buddy hasn't been feeling well. She...
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you...
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietolaidovka. Plus, I know a little...
All right, then. I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished. A good sign. Oh.
Yeah, definitely with the local.
Hello. Sorry.
What happened?
Oh. Please, excuse me. Are you the Traveler? Could I take a quick look at your... Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're under strict orders from Master Child to keep this room. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only seem all the more suspicious. Besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant. In plain clothes, of course. Rest assured, you're in—
I didn't expect such a high standard.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment. We're not about to let anything— Anyway, I won't keep you any longer.
Traveler! Alicia, you're back! Oh, hey! Who's our new friend?
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this point.
Hell yeah, let's join the Fatui.
Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. It's just... Paimon's limbs are still feeling a little chilly.
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that a flame inside an ice cube? Wait.
All keen observations. You're right. This is called whenever I've caught a cold in the past. I found I recover much more quick.
Awesome! Wow! Your name was Odette, right?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's a relief. Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokad, huh? Members of the Rokad keep their true identities hidden, but I think there might be Leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolyevsky Troop tomorrow.
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Paimon will have... enough with the secret chat, you two. Let's catch up properly in a minute. It'll be kinda like Tabletop Troop. No reason why I listen...
Okay, we are getting close at the end. Just check the... Yeah, the second act I shall do in another stream. I don't have time. Probably tomorrow if I don't have anything else. Or I just don't feel like it.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace.
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets, and I managed to set something up with the Rokad. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolyevsky Troop on stage before. Pleasure.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection in accordance with theater regulation.
That's definitely a Rokad member.
Is that guy with the Fatui?
Okay, all done. Thank you for your cooperation.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here, so it makes sense that security's tight. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace guard here. You saw him, right? The guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion, but I only ever see him here for one thing. To look for a guy named Mitya. Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. The theater is one of his favorite places to hang out when he's playing hooky from work. But that's not for us to worry about. Let's go. The show's about... What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh?
Yes.
Oh, the one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Never seen it for myself, though. Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem? Whatever.
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa.
Oh, she is someone I might pull for, but depends on how much I can save up. Really nice singing. Oh shit. That's cool. Again, pun intended. She looks like she has handcuffs.
This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Vodyanitsa will be waiting for us there. Hey there. Excuse me.
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now. Come in.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop
Geez,
thinking
she's
about?
animated.
I never said that.
She's really
Yes,
animated.
you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner.
Might I ask what brings you two?
Oh, I just brought her here to see the show. And when it finished, she was full of praise for... So I thought I'd try my luck. See if we could get the chance to...
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good.
Honestly,
Get
I
out
should...
of earshot. I'll lock the door. Confidentiality, of course. The Rokad is very strict on...
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud!
Relax. I've taken care of it.
The president's reply sent this morning. Wait, so she's been approved?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokot. Unfortunately, Rokot intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way you work, your character, and everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokot.
Yeah, I knew it.
So I figured I might as well cut to the chase. I wrote a letter to the president explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our cover. Still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance, was that just because Odette was... Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of independence, and because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if...
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty of members who have yet to take any action. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhnaya. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing evil.
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most lackluster script makes for more interesting reading.
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application form.
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him some. Then, the Rokot was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chu?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the Iskra manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait, no matter what I said. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private box. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, he sends me a letter the day before the show when we're practically sold out. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture enough to share some information. But nope. He didn't give me anything.
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person has definitely been a disappointment. Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression on you either.
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets.
Yeah, it is pretty outright.
If he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here, not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application form. Go ahead and fill it out.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Mä totoku. Lord, yeah. I want two ordinary people. I think that's a bit of a typo.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there.
What the fuck?
But other than that, you're good to go. All right. Now that we're officially Rokut comrades, I can tell you. Chukhanov is the target of our... Recently, we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that their energy consumption is way beyond the legal limit. All we need now is some direct evidence to present to the Vetcha, so we can demand that they shut the plant down.
That way, the Kresnik Crystal can be allocated to where it's needed most.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but he's too tight-lipped. We'll have to find another way. I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight, Mitya.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya, so he may end up being a no-show.
Don't you worry. He must know how to dodge Valeri, or he wouldn't be showing up on time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant, we can accidentally let the information. The authorities should take someone like him seriously. So if he starts raising questions about energy use at the Iskra manufacturing plant, there will be a proper investigation. Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we need is his yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to figure out. Though I think we're far less likely to make any progress on that front. Still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So, who knows? Maybe if we cut...
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay. In that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of buddies there to eat, and keep your ears peeled. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me. But you two need to be convincing. If he suspects anything at all, he might stop talking.
Sure. Don't worry. We'll make a believable pair of buddies.
Perfect! You've sold me already. Now, help me tidy this room up a bit before we head out.
Okay.
Everything.
Take a break, pick up the pace.
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Let's sit here. Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Mr. Mitya, over...
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here.
No,
Now we
he's
have
so
even
cool.
less time than we planned.
Why is everyone so animated?
Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon.
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious... I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance, delivering it better each time.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with a composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River...
Oh, really? But it's a classic.
Almost every time.
Oh. Well then, let me say a few words about that other all-time classic, Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow.
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troupe members before the show started.
So what did Odette sing?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose of...
Correct. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like I'll need to cut a few from...
No, that's not it. All right, I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks. So whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? It was so inspiring. I started, not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you...
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing Vodyanitsa doesn't like, it's people who show disrespect for her performance. This meeting was so hard to set up. Don't tell me it's already falling.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. At least, it shows that our performance really touches people's hearts, right? Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration.
I know. I can tell. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face, but...
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend that they're cultured.
Oh, yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten all about... what's wrong?
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Eastborough manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor. But he always demands the same privileges as box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the conversation.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman.
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare programs for guys like, what's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories. Sounds like...
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of entry. Project Stuja has now been extended so many times, we're at the point where Crystal rations for the common... If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the...
Interesting. So you've heard about...
What? So...
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over...
The Rooster? I didn't realize he...
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly... Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible.
Yes.
I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanica. You really have a heart for the... Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the Rooster a Fae? I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja. What is the end goal of the...
This is it. We're finally...
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed...
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so you're
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar... But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal. From extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion.
Interesting.
Progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space as if in a trance.
Could it be that this...
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for... Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long, with so little progress to show for it. It's no wonder people are struggling to stay.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have...
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up
That's okay. It was a pleasure.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll... We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a...
Sorry, routine inspection. Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
All right, time for us to get going too.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanica and her two friends.
So he knew we were here all along? This raises a lot of questions. Did he deliberately mention the new energy source? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have both left.
You're back! You're pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have... It's like there's some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon.
Oh.
Paimon's never felt this way before during any of her travels. She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again. So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that... Well, Media denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having issues with their concentration and short-term memory. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The robot only Oh, great point! They argue about Project Snezhnaya every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads. Good idea! Oh, this one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you.
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend as visitors. Time to...
Yeah, we finally got to go there.
Come on, keep up.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be...
Sorry, I'm not taking in... Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa.
Nope.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely... Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls.
Okay then. Best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
What's that vodka? Damn.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnaya. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that in? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuzha cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuzha...
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrator struck back with style and a war of words ensued.
Nice.
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met, so surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuzha is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations with the notorious Lelex still active to this day. Should the Rokot be held responsible? No.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for. As for Lilik, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like ending Project Stuzha has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against? Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're... Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly...
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuzha. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Vu.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting line. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to...
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area.
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlo Lydovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield...
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine Crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very...
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well, then. It appears that this arrangement is
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers. Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha in the company.
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from...
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? Why now?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory.
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuzha will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra. The session is...
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chuganov to vote against Project Stuzha. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to... As we heard, Project Stuzha is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before, but that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far. Exactly. And as you know, I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuzha. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because but now, he's already voted against it. Which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else. Yeah, no one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stuzha, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer.
Lilac must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe my next step should be to focus.
Oh, right. What are your plans for—
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political— Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up.
Sure. Break. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of the— No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you—
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lelik, in return, it seems fair to let her in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is— Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black—
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity, so all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these— It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet. Careful, don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation—
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just— there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. They, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability—
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me. There's no denying that Master is strong, but meticulous—
She's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's strong—
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette? Yeah. Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under...
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
Though to be fair,
wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when. So she could choose the perfect... Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for...
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the... That was back before it had been named Project Snezhnaya, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever...
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatus and her mother was a very... On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different... After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option.
Yeah,
still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict... Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing...
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working up, which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long...
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, but when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here,
How tiresome.
You made a ton of progress today. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette. Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways, so... If it is her, she's got some principle. Yeah! Well, all you can do is, well, no change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could...
Yeah, I wish you could be there too.
Guess it's just one of those things.
If Odette is Lelek, she may well have insight in her father was involved with the project's early implementation. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intention. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let... Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow everything will be answered.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead.
Alright. Don't turn into a popsicle. Well, that's gonna be it for the day. It is late and I am tired and hungry, so... Next Act 2 will probably be tomorrow. If not, I would best wager probably Sunday. So, yeah, well, that was really a really good start to Snezhnaya. Just gonna sit down. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. It was Wilda with a Potion here, and bye bye.